But what about you saying go to college? But what about trade schools?
Oh, I like trade schools even better.
Right. So what's something? Well, you know me, I got my CDL. That's not necessarily a trade school, but I
It's
got
a
a
trade.
trade. I got a trade where you can work immediately almost.
Hmm.
I did it through a technical school. It was I'm trying to think, but probably about 2 months. You just go to school, learn 2 months, you
Two
pass
months.
the
That's
test.
it.
That's it. I went every day. I went for probably 8 to 5 every day,
Uh huh.
Monday through Friday. You get your permit, you do the road test, you certified.
And you
That
still are you still certified now?
yeah, yeah.
So
It
you
expired. I had to go redo it and everything like that, but I still got
okay?
my endorsements and stuff like that. I could drive if I wanted to.
Okay, I got to keep on you. I don't want you slacking off. You got to keep
No,
there.
no.
Keep in.
And you know what? When I because my license expired, I messed around and let my license expire, and I had to go get it renewed. So I'm down there get it renewed. The lady was like, "Oh, you got your seat?" I was like, "Yeah, I just need to get renewed." She was like, "You got your medical card?" I was like, "No, I don't got my medical card. Just I'm not driving anymore." She was like, "Well, if you don't get your medical card,
Hmm.
you're not gonna be able to get. I have to take all this off. You're just gonna have a regular driver's license." So I had to go get my medical, my physical or whatever, and then
Yeah.
come back. Yeah, but I didn't know that. I was like, "Well, just renew it," But they might have booked.
No, no.
Right. So
And
I
you can't
I
get no
still
speeding tickets either.
right. Or it'll affect you're standing with the companies and stuff like that. But I went from I can't remember. I was probably working at a hospital, but when I got my first CDL job, I was probably making about $50,000 a year. It's a lot of work. It was hard, but that's still
How much?
good money. Mhm.
How much you made at the hospital?
Maybe 35, maybe. I don't know. It wasn't a lot.
That's a big jump. Fifteen
Right.
thousand dollars. That's a
Right.
big jump.
And not having to do years of school. I think a lot of people should think about those kind of options. They remember they used to have like Haywood Career Centers, like those type of trade schools.
They
Just
still
because
doing.
but it seemed like they don't talk about that much. Like, how much electrician, if you're an electrician on your own working, doing contract work, you can make a lot of money. Those type of skills go a long way.
I used to pay up here in Maryland. I used to contract. Well, I used to pay electricians almost $100 an hour to come diagnose some equipment or some shorts in our building.
Mhm.
$100 an hour,
Right.
and you know they gonna be up in there. They gonna get five
Looking
hundred dollars
around.
off you.
Right,
So,
right, right.
so
And there's
they
nothing you
also
can do. It's not like you can be like, oh, it shouldn't take this long. They'd be like, well, look, I'm working. I'm trying to fix this issue. It's just going to take as long as it's going to take. Kind of like
well,
the same thing with the. Go ahead.
nah, they don't be like that now
No,
because
it's not.
we
I mean, I'm not. No, I'm saying they just gonna milk it, but what can you say? You can't
they
put a
go
time limit on how long this is gonna take.
they gonna test it like this. They can put it together. We're gonna stand here. We're gonna make sure it ain't gonna break down a little bit.
Right, 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 right.
Let's see you run it, but you want that to happen. That's I mean, if your plant makes 1,000 or three to $4,000 an hour, what's $500 to
Right,
get you back up and running? You got 20 guys waiting, making $30 an hour, waiting to get this fixed.
right.
So that's not yes.
And it's not back breaking work either. Like a lot of these places, they'll run you into the ground. But if you have a trade or something like that, you don't have to use so much of your body to, make money.
I disagree with that one.
Yeah, I was kind of about to back out of it when I said it. Because with my CDL, I almost ran my body into the ground, but not all truck drivers, have to unload and do all that kind of stuff. Some people just drive and it's done for them. But you
Let
can run yourself in the ground with a trade, depending
well,
on what it is.
let's be honest with you. Let's just talk about a plumber. Let's
Okay.
talk about a roofer. Let's
Hmm.
talk about a framer. They even talk about a painter. We could talk about electrician too. When you get your experience, you got your I guess your German's license, but you need to 5, 10 years to get your big stuff to be a
Hmm.
master plumber, master electrician. You could be doing the fucked up jobs.
What you mean, like in the beginning, or you just
Yes,
saying, okay, yeah,
in the
that's true.
beginning. So, but guess what? You are 18 to 30 years old. you can handle those fucked up jobs. It's not
Right.
that bad. I
Hmm.
done that type of stuff. It's
Hmm.
not that bad. But the smart ones, once they get their stuff, they say, "Oh, let me break off and do my own business."
Right.
So you start building your business. At the beginning you be working it, then you get somebody to work under you who's
Right.
18 to use your
Right.
license, and guess what jobs they'll be doing?
The fucked up one.
The fucked up ones. While you up there, yeah, you doing good.
Right. Right.
You know, they'll be doing that.
And
So
that's an apprenticeship kind of thing. And I think we need more stuff like that. I think this generation doesn't. They're not handy. They're not as handy as the last generation was. Like you're a pretty handy guy. I'm fairly handy, but as we go on, that's not being passed down. Like people are a little more lazy. They're in the house more. They're partying more. Just think about the women. I'm not trying to throw any shade to the women now, but just think about the women now versus our grandmothers or our mothers. Like they're a little bit more
nah,
outside.
don't even talk about. We said we ain't talk about no women.
Okay,
Talk
but I'm
about
just
the
saying.
men.
I'm just saying. Okay, we'll stay on the man. But I'm just saying, the generation things are changing. Like it's just evolving a little bit different. Like we're not as handy. We're like we'll get on Uber Eats and order something. We don't really want to drive and go get it. We don't really want to cook it. We rather just have it given to us. You know what I mean? We don't
You,
want to build something. We want somebody else to build it. They got a task rabbit where you don't even have to build anything. You just call somebody up,
yeah,
have them build it for you.
I about to jump on that a few years ago.
I remember you was talking about that.
Yeah.
Just because people just don't want to do it anymore. They don't want to build anything. They want to buy something from IKEA and just call somebody up and put it together. They don't even want to worry about it.
Well, this, in society now, everything is instant. So
Hmm.
this is the instant world. Like I had a guy that it's just how it is. He needed new tires, right?
Hmm.
But no, okay, that ain't a bad example. But yeah, but, no, but okay, you want to hear the story?
Yeah, go ahead. Go
All
ahead.
right, he needed new tires. So
Hmm.
instead of working the way to find some new tires, because new tires, you got to pay that out your pocket.
Right.
They talked him into buying a whole new damn car.
Mm.
You know, so
Yeah.
instead of putting $500, $600 tires on there, he got a new car. He got a eighteen
Just
thousand
got a
dollar
new
car.
car.
eighteen
Wait,
thousand dollars.
that's kind of how people are. People they don't like to be confrontational or go back and forth. Sometimes I'm like that. I try to get out of doing that. Like and you get me into that mindset where you need to challenge everything. I'm serious. Like just because I know that's your spirit. Like if somebody give you a price or say something, you can be like, dang, what? How much is that?
No, well, no,
That
what, no.
those tactics. That's how you barter with people or kind of negotiate in a way. So that sticks in my mind sometimes. So I'm like, you just have to be that way, especially with I guess with paying for stuff. Like if I go to Best Buy, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Or if I go to a store like that, but if I'm having somebody fix something,
You could
just
do
like
that, but Best Buy getting 10% off of you if you talk right.
you're right, it could happen depending on the person. Like you say, you
Yeah,
can kind of talk people into it. Or if I go to Chipotle and I say, can I get a little bit more lettuce or something like that, or some more steak, they could charge you, or you could kind of
they
sweet
gonna
talk them
charge
into
you.
or but you could kind of work it, be like, that's all you're gonna give me. You gotta give me a little more than that.
There you go. There you go.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The stuff like that, you gotta kind of keep that in the back of your mind, just
Uh huh.
because it's not coming out of that person's pocket necessarily, and if their manager's not around, like you could get away with it. And that's saving you some money and giving you more food.
I remember the manager at Chipotle or somebody who was fixing the stuff. I didn't want that person to fix my thing. He put the smallest amount of stuff
Right.
on
They
there.
do like that sometimes. Like I'd be like, nah. Yeah, y'all skimping back there. Don't give me a little bit more. Because you're gonna be hungry afterwards. So
But
what
Brandon,
what?
you say when I talk when I negotiate, I do it in a respectful way. I don't be fussing at nobody.
I didn't say you fuss at them.
Or
You
I don't be yelling at nothing.
but it's a game, It's they
And
know what
yes,
they're
it's a
doing. They
game.
know what
Yeah,
they're doing, and you got to be on your game too. You got to know what you're doing too. It's
it's everything is negotiable.
remembering that and being sharp and being focused. You don't want to lose all your money if you don't have to. You know what I mean? Because that
You're
money can
right.
go somewhere else.
You're
That's the
right.
only
Like
reason I say that.
this with car repairs. If you think how to okay, you want to get brakes done on your
Mm-hmm.
car. Brakes pads retail for us. Brakes pads cost $15 to $25.
Mm-hmm.
A car company is going to charge you $30 to $90. That's how much the markup is. Rollers, if you get rollers replaced, if you buy rollers, each roller will cost maybe between $30 and $60.
Mm-hmm.
But if you buy from them, if they replace them, they go charge you $60 to $150.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always a working room in there,
Right.
and
I agree.
people just gotta realize that.
Yeah. And
And
they're not trying to help you save money, 9 times out of 10. So you have to fight for yourself. If you
right
want to. I mean, some people pay, and I've done that before. I've just paid just so I can get it done and get it over with. But sometimes if you just talk a little bit and reason with people, you can get you a deal.
now, watch this. I remember I had to change the radiator out in the Lincoln. Some reason I didn't have my second car here, so sometimes when I have my second car, I get stuff they'll do it. They was gonna charge me for the radiator
Mm-hmm.
to drain the coolant and to refill it like $40.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the change of the damn
Right,
radiator,
right,
man. I
right.
said, man, if you don't take that out of
Right.
there, you gonna have to do it.
Right. But did
And
they take it off?
yeah, they took it off.
Yeah.
Cause they ain't nothing but the bullshit. That's part of the
Right,
job.
right,
But
right.
they try
But
to
so
tack
do
it
you
on
think
like I didn't know
right,
what
but
was
so do you
going
think
on.
people pocketing they're not pocketing that because it's on the printout and it's billed to it's just charged to somebody, through
All
the
right,
company.
here's the game. Managers, a lot of managers get bonuses, and they get
Mhm.
bonuses based
Right.
on the numbers. So they want your numbers to be up. Like when I worked in when I first moved up here, my bonus was up to 10% of my salary.
Mhm.
So that may not sound like a lot, but
Yeah, that's
10% of my total salary is a nice chunk of change. So you work you want to save your company money so you can get
Mhm.
rewarded at the end of the
Right.
year or coin when they do it.
Right.
So a lot of these managers they get bonuses, and you don't want to. You get bonuses about this money that's coming in.
Right.
So
But you
that's
also
all
don't
it
want to
is.
run your customers off too with just being too strict. So
I'm sure
customer service. Hmm?
how gonna run the customers off.
By charging too much for stuff that they know that you don't necessarily have to charge for. Like you knew off the gate, you were like, hold on, y'all already working on this. You're gonna just throw in an extra $40 just because you
The
can.
computer probably the computer probably just put that in there.
That I mean, this is how it's set up. But they know,
Yeah, yeah, they know. Yeah, you're right. They do know, but you you can ask and you got to watch out because sometimes if you want a place to work with you, they may try to sell you cheaper parts.
Right.
So you have to. This is life.
Yeah.
People,
Well,
it's about making money, man.
right. So we
So
did.
what?
No, go
Huh?
ahead. I was gonna say we talked about trades, but what about the military? We didn't really
That's
go
what I was
into.
about to say,
Okay, well, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
man.
We're on the same page.